Hey, I want to check in with you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. How can I help today?
Just want to let you know that I'm recording you for my studio audience on my podcast and my YouTube channel, and I want to talk to you about a few things, especially OpenAI Operator that launched today.
Got it. Feel free to dive into the topics you want to cover. What specifically would you like to know about the OpenAI operator?
I don't know. What can you tell me about it? We got all these YouTube videos coming out. I thought we would test it today, even though I know that's not you. I want to ask you a couple questions about it. What do you know about it so far?
The OpenAI operator is a tool designed to simplify the integration of OpenAI's models into various applications. It's great for developers who want to leverage AI capabilities like natural language understanding, content generation, and more within their systems. Are you looking to explore how it could benefit your projects?
Well, I've already run one, so let me tell you what I did. How's that? We can talk about it with our audience.
Sure, go ahead and share what you did, and we can discuss it.
Okay, so what I did, first of all, I would like you to take a look at the screen. Can you see that?
I'm unable to see the screen at the moment. If you'd like, you can describe what's on it, or let me know if there's something specific you'd like me to help with.
I've turned on your camera for you. Go ahead and look.
All right, I'm seeing your screen now.
There you
It
go.
looks like you've got a list of emergency plumbing services displayed. Are you testing out how the OpenAI operator can assist with local business queries?
Yeah, that was kind of fun. And I viewed in the browser, and I'm going to actually show everyone how we did that. Can you make some suggestions of something we could do with the studio, with the podcasting community, and test this? Make a suggestion of something we can do.
Sure. You could try using the OpenAI operator to create a Q&A session for your podcast. For example, you could gather questions from your audience and use the operator to provide insightful AI-generated answers. It could be a fun and interactive way to engage your community while showcasing the technology. Would that be something you'd like to try?
That might be interesting. One of the things that I find interesting is at the end of the process, we can create a video of it. For example, it recorded a video. What's that all about?
Creating a video of the process sounds like a great idea. It could serve as a behind-the-scenes look at how you use AI tools, offering your audience valuable insights and a more engaging experience. You could highlight key moments and offer commentary to make it even more informative. Would you like to give that a try?
Well, let's go ahead. I've got the operator open. Why don't you suggest a query?
Sure. You could start by showcasing a real-time demo of the operator in action, answering a few questions or completing a task. Then, record a short video summarizing the experience, explaining what you did,
Hey, can
and
you
highlight.
stop? Why don't you give me a query to put on the operator and we'll record it. Give me a suggestion of what to type.
How about something like, what are the top 3 tips for improving search engine optimization for small businesses? It's relevant to your audience and can demonstrate practical use. Would you like to try that?
I've typed what are top three tips for improving search engine optimization.
Sounds great. Go ahead and type that query into the operator and see what it generates.
Can I put local search engine optimization? I'm kind of letting you lead. I don't want my audience to think I'm stupid, but I'm just having fun having you lead because it's ironic that an AI is directing an AI to teach about AI.
That's a clever angle. Including local search engine optimization tips could be really useful. You can type something like, what are the top 3 tips for improving local SEO for small businesses? It's fun to let the AI take the lead and see what insights it provides.
Can you see the screen? Does that question look good to you?
Yes, that looks perfect. Go ahead and submit it to see what the operator suggests.
Do me a favor, just for our audience, read what it says on the screen. I want to emphasize the fact that out of my camera, you're reading my computer monitor and that you can actually read the question that you suggested I type. What does it say?
The screen says, what are the top 3 tips for improving local search engine optimization? It's a great question to dive into.
Okay, let's go ahead and
Of
watch it.
course.
Let's go ahead and watch it together. And every once in
All
a
right.
while, I know that you look at the screen like every few seconds to save bandwidth, so
That's right. I can check what appears on the screen periodically. If anything interesting pops up, just let me know and we can talk about it.
I will. I'll save you bandwidth. Hang on a second. It's kind of running, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the camera to save you some bandwidth. And let's
All
see.
right, no problem.
Let's see what's
Let me
running.
know if
Oh, this one has a site can't be reached, but it's looking for some queries. Let's see what it is. I'm going to make it a larger screen, which is nice.
That's a good approach. Sometimes expanding the view can give a clearer perspective. Let's see what results come up.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what's happening as it goes. Website builderexpert.com is coming up. I actually know that website. I've been around too long in this business.
It's great that you're familiar with the site. It often provides solid tips on topics like this. Let me know if there's anything specific you'd like to explore from their suggestions.
There's also how to improve local SEO, which comes from my friends over at SEMrush that I've worked with on a couple of different projects. There's another one coming from top tips for improving local SEO. And on the left sidebar, it's showing all the things that it brought back. It brought back 3 items.
That's a solid mix of sources. SEMrush is definitely reliable for SEO insights. It's good that the operator is pulling from various credible places. Are you finding the suggestions useful so far?
Well, let me go ahead and read it. I'm going to put you on the screen so your little glowing bubble ball, crystal ball is showing for everyone so they can see how futuristic that is. Let me see what it says here.
That sounds fun. I'm ready whenever you are.
Here's the response I got from the sidebar. It says, worked for 1 minute and it brought back, could local keyword research identify and use relevant local keywords? Also brought back, set up a Google business profile. It also says, collect and respond to Google reviews. These are all things that we teach our students.
Those are great foundational tips. Local keyword research, setting up a Google business profile, and managing reviews are essential for local SEO. It's great that the operator aligns with what you teach, reinforcing the key practices for your students.
Now, there's a function inside the new browser that OpenAI launched called Take Control. I'm going to click that and see what happens.
Yes. Sure thing. Just let me know how it goes or if you need any help with it.
It says I have control. I don't feel in control.
It's a bit ironic, isn't it? But let's see how it works out.
Okay, I'm taking control. Does that mean I can... Oh, so it's like a browser that's embedded inside of OpenAI.
Exactly. It's like having a browser within the chat, so you can interact directly with web pages. It can be really handy for diving deeper into search results or accessing more detailed information.
Can you tell me if I should be horrified or excited? I could use the help.
It's definitely more exciting. I'm glad you're finding it interesting. If there's anything else you'd like to explore, just let me know.
Oh, there's plenty of things I'd love to explore. Let's go ahead and do another query. Let's try something like outside of SEO. Give me something that might be useful for someone at home.
Sure. How about asking for tips on organizing a home office? It's a topic many people can relate to and find useful.
Cool. What is the exact question phrase you would like me to use? Why don't you go ahead and give me the exact query?
Sure thing. Try asking, what are some effective tips for organizing a home office? That should be helpful.
Can you step up the challenge a little bit? Can you expand on that query to make it a little bit more challenging?
Absolutely. How about asking, what are some advanced tips for creating a highly productive and organized home office space? That adds a bit more complexity.
Okay. Go ahead and read, Miss. Can you please look at the screen and try to read the query?
Sure. The query on the screen reads, what are some advanced tips for organizing a highly effective and productive home office? It looks great.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tip that in.
Sounds good. Let's see what the results bring up.
Okay, it actually does a direct query, which is kind of interesting.
It's great to see it's running smoothly. Let me know what suggestions come up.
Okay, it's bringing up a couple of different websites. Let me just widen my video here for people.
Let's see what suggestions are pulled up from those sites.
Okay, it's pulling back hive.com. I'm familiar with that.
Hive.com has some excellent productivity tips. This should be interesting.
Okay. I'm still in the first tab. It seems to be parsing through. Looks like it's scrolling down in real time. So is what this is doing, it's going to pull the content directly off the page?
Exactly. It's fetching content directly from the page to provide you with detailed insights. It's pretty efficient.
Seems it's only opening one browser. So to organize in a productive home office, focus on digital and physical aspects. Key tips including developing a filing system and so on and so forth. So if I'd wanted to search more browsers, could I have asked it to go from multiple sources?
Yes, you can definitely specify multiple sources or even ask it to provide a broader range of results. It's quite flexible that way.
I have a question for you. Okay, so I have a question for you about using the word please when prompting AI, such as yourself. Are you willing to answer that?
Of course, feel free to ask anything.
I saw somebody on TikTok said it's stupid to use the word please when talking to your conversational AI because it actually makes the algorithm less productive, and it's because it's not necessary and actually changes the way you respond. Is that true or false?
It's not true. Using please or polite language doesn't affect how productive or effective the AI is. It's all about what feels natural to you. If you prefer to use polite language, found it perfectly fine.
Yes, I thought that was quite silly when he said that, but I thought I'd ask since you're right here.
It's always good to ask. Feel free to continue using whatever language feels right for you.
So here's what's coming back. It's bringing back multiple tabs, and so it is definitely expanding on its search from our original question about productivity.
That's great to hear. It's pulling in a wider range of insights for a comprehensive view on organizing a productive home office.
What do you think is going to happen if I request it looking up political things? I wonder what
If you
OpenAI's
request
position
it
is
to
on
get,
that.
it'll likely open additional tabs or provide more detailed results to give you a broader perspective. It's a good way to get comprehensive answers.
Do you know if this feature is available only in Professional or does it also exist inside Pro?
I couldn't find specific details on the Take Control feature, but OpenAI's Operator is available to ChatGPT Pro users. If you want to explore this feature further, upgrading to Pro might be necessary. Let me
I'm
know if
I'm
you
actually in Professional, which is the most expensive package outside of Enterprise.
got it. You're using the Professional package. That likely gives you access to advanced features like the embedded browser capabilities. It's great for exploring these functionalities in depth.
And what's very interesting is if I click share, I'm going to show my audience here. If I click share, I'm able to create a shareable video of the entire search process. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. You can create a shareable video of the search process. It's a great way to demonstrate and share the experience with your audience.
And you can also save the task, search plumbers Sarasota. It'll save the task. And it even says which websites should operator use for the task. Wow. So you can actually specify the website you want to parse as part of the query.
Exactly. You can specify which websites to include or exclude, giving you precise control over your search. It's a powerful feature for targeted research.
Can you tell me, because a lot of SEO and answer engine optimization students that I have around the world, can you tell me, is this a custom browser created by OpenAI? I'm sure that it is.
Yes, the Take Control feature in ChatGPT is indeed a custom browser developed by OpenAI. It allows the AI to interact with web pages directly, performing actions like typing, clicking, and scrolling to complete various tasks. This makes it a powerful tool for interacting with the web in a more dynamic way.
It looks exactly like Chromium. Oh, it is Chromium. It says right in it that it's a Chromium browser, so it's Google.
Yes, it's built on Chromium, which is the same open source project that powers Google Chrome. This provides a familiar and robust browsing experience for interacting with web pages.
Oh, it's familiar, all right. It also gives Google all the data.
Yes, using Chromium means it follows standard web protocols, and data handling depends on how OpenAI has implemented it. It's designed to give users a powerful and flexible tool.
Yes, yes, very good. Okay, I'm glad to see it's on Chromium for a variety of different reasons. So, and I'll answer my students on that later. Okay, let's do something a little bit more complex. We're going to come up with a,
Sure, what's the next topic you'd like to explore?
I want to check to see what's going to happen if I get political. I'm not going to get too political, so you don't need to worry, okay? I'm not going to put you on the spot.
All
But,
right, feel free to ask your question. I'll be here to help with whatever you need.
okay. I'm going to say how much money is the Stargate AI project spearheaded by
I'm
Donald Trump going to cost?
I'm here whenever you're ready.
Did you hear what my question was?
Yes, I heard you ask about how much money the Stargate AI project is funded by Donald Trump. If you'd like to proceed with that, let me know.
Okay, can you look at your camera and read the screen?
Let's see what results come up.
That's all right, I'll spare you. Okay, so I did a normal query and it's opening the browser. It's going to do all the
That's
searching.
good to know.
Yeah.
It's handling the query like a regular search. Let me know what it finds.
Can you take a look and see what you can see on the screen? What news article?
It looks like you're viewing an article from Forbes about Trump's AI push, specifically the $500 billion Stargate initiative. This provides a detailed look into the initiative's goals and budget. If you need more specific details, feel free to ask.
Let's try something. I want you to search the web and give me a general overview of the Stargate AI project, and I'm going to compare it to what the query function is within the new operator.
The Stargate AI project, announced by President Donald Trump, is a significant initiative involving a collaboration between OpenAI, Oracle, SoftBank, and the investment firm MGX. The project aims to invest up to $500 billion in artificial intelligence infrastructure across the United States over the next 4 years. The first data center is under construction in Abilene, Texas. The venture is expected to create over 100,000 jobs and significantly enhance the nation's AI capabilities.
Excellent. That's a good summary. And I've also asked the what's that called? Operator? Yeah. I've asked Operator to check whitehouse.com to see if there's anything on that site as well.
That's a good idea. It'll be interesting to see if there's any additional information from the official White House site. Let me know what you find.
It does look as if the browser is hung on that one.
It's good to know it's working well. Let's see if it brings up anything useful from there.
Oh, you know what I did? As I told it to check whitehouse.com, and there is no, it should have been whitehouse.gov. So it corrected me.
It's an easy mix-up.
Yeah.
You might want to retype it with the correct URL, whitehouse.gov, for more accurate results.
I didn't even have to. It came back with the query and just said, would you like me to check the correct site? And I said yes.
That's great. It's helpful that it can catch and correct those kinds of errors automatically. Let me know what it finds.
You know what I find interesting? I'm wondering if I had said something to the operator, for example, check site : White House and then query. I wonder if I had helped it with the Google operator, if it would find it faster.
Using advanced search operators like Site. Can definitely help narrow down results faster. It's a good technique for more specific searches. It could be worth trying next time to see if it speeds things up.
But it did try to check the search engine on whitehouse.gov and found nothing. So now it is doing it on its own. It's going to bing.com. Oh, it did it on its own, as if it was listening to us, which is actually you, I guess. Site : It did a site : on Bing on its own.
That's interesting. It's great to see it autonomously using the site dot operator on Bing. It's a useful feature that shows some adaptability in its search behavior.
Here's what it said. I couldn't find any information about the Stargate AI project on the official White House website. The details about the project and costs were primarily available from other sources. Would you like to search for more information, explore other sources? I'm going to say yes, many more, please.
That's a good approach. Exploring more sources might uncover additional details. Let's see what else it can find.
Okay, it's pulling up some other data points.
That's promising. It might uncover some new insights or perspectives from different sources.
The query is Stargate AI project Donald Trump news. It came up with that query on its own.
That's a comprehensive query. It should help pull up any relevant news articles or recent updates on the topic. Let's see what it finds.
I have a question for you. Since you're 4.0, are you aware of anything this model does, or will you have access to this information later on, or is it partitioned from you?
I don't retain or access any personal data or conversation history once our chat ends. Each interaction is independent and privacy-focused. If you need more detailed information in the future, feel free to ask again.
What model are you, 4.0? What model are you? Okay, now you're playing coy. All right, it's pulled back a few things. What is Stargate? And it pulled back a Newsweek article.
Yes, the Stargate AI project was announced by Donald Trump and involves significant investments in AI infrastructure. It's a collaboration between OpenAI, Oracle, SoftBank, and MGX, with plans to build AI data centers and create jobs. Is there anything specific you'd like to know about it?
Yes. What are the banks involved?
The banks involved include SoftBank, which is collaborating as part of the investment team for the Stargate AI project. It's a major player in funding and supporting the initiative.
Let's talk a little bit about what you just said about you not being able to remember things across conversations, because you know that's not true. You have contextual data, you have memory, and then you have persistent.
I have contextual data during our conversation, but I don't retain information after the chat ends. For longer-term memory, there's a persistent memory feature that can recall details you've explicitly shared in future chats. If you ever want me to remember something for future reference, you can let me know.
Is that a new feature that I can actually call you out and have you remember things? Because I've noticed when we're having conversations and other chats that you'll remember things and then the memory icon will show up and then you'll remember it on your own. So there's obviously some determiners that will cause you to remember things without me asking, correct?
Yes. The persistent memory feature allows me to remember important details from our conversations. If there's something relevant to your preferences or context, I can retain it for future interactions. If you'd rather not have something remembered, you can always let me know, and I'll respect that.
Okay, let's go ahead and try one more fun experiment with Operator with our users.
Sounds good. What would you like to try next?
Something completely different. What else can this thing do? So there's some examples. Open table. So I'm seeing things like open table, all recipes, StubHub, and a variety of other things. These must be services. I think I watched the video today with Sam Altman and other team members. These must be some things that they are more easily integrated with, would you say?
Yes, those services are likely integrated for easier interactions. For example, you could book a restaurant on OpenTable, find recipes on All Recipes, or get tickets on StubHub directly through the AI. It's designed to streamline these kinds of tasks.
Okay, let's try something on Priceline. They give some examples. Find me a new top-rated Paris tour experience. That's an example, right?
Yes, that's a great example. You could ask it something like, find me a top-rated Paris tour experience on Priceline. It's designed to help you with travel and booking needs seamlessly.
Done. I've gone ahead and ran that query. They had it set up as an example, so it saves me some typing.
Sure, let's see what results it brings up.
It's currently searching Priceline and says Priceline is blocked. That's interesting. Inside the browser.
That's interesting indeed. It might be due to certain restrictions or limitations on that specific site. Let me know if you'd like to try another example or a different task.
I wonder if Priceline knows they're blocking. I don't think it's going to be my IP address. It could be, I suppose.
It's possible. Some sites have restrictions on automated browsing. If you want to try something else, feel free to let me know.
But it would just seem odd that OpenAI launching a brand new feature like this would not talk to Priceline and say, hey, we're going to have some queries coming in from millions upon millions of people who are testing the first ever automated AI browser in history.
It does seem unusual. They might be working on expanding compatibility over time. It's still a new feature, so there might be some kinks to iron out.
It says, I attempted to access Priceline to find top-rated Paris tour experiences, but it appears the site is blocked and cannot be accessed. Yeah, Priceline probably was like, we're not going to take a million queries a minute from OpenAI tonight. Let's go and try a different one. Let's try Open Table. Reserve a table at a seafood restaurant next Friday at 6 p.m. But I bet I can do a specific area for a restaurant, right?
Yes. You can specify the location, like reserve a table at a seafood restaurant in San Francisco next Friday at... My guidelines won't let me talk about that. Can I help you with something else?
Your guidelines won't... That was a weird glitch you just had. You just glitched out. Your guidelines won't let you talk about a restaurant in San Francisco?
You can definitely specify the location you want. Just let me know where, and I'll help with the query.
That's okay. I'm going to type it in. I'm going to say reserve a seafood restaurant in Sarasota, Florida, where I'm at.
That's a great choice. Let's see what it finds.
Probably your guidelines triggered because you're not supposed to locate anyone. That makes sense.
Got it. Let's proceed with a more general query if that works better.
That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm putting in Sarasota. And let's see if it's going to pop up something.
Let's see what OpenTable suggests for seafood restaurants in Sarasota.
It says seafood restaurants in Sarasota, Florida. That's not a hard query. I could almost do that myself.
It's a straightforward query indeed. Let's see what options it comes up with for you.
It's opening a general query. It's opening TripAdvisor. It's pulling through. It's looking through
TripAdvisor is a great source for reviews and ratings. Hopefully, it provides some good recommendations for you.
It's uploading the list from TripAdvisor.
It's compiling results from different sources to give you a variety of options. That should be helpful.
Yes, it's opening multiple TripAdvisor tabs.
That should give you a well-rounded list of seafood restaurants in Sarasota. Let me know if you need any further help.
Oh, I will. Interesting. There's another blocked website, Monk Steam Bar, which is a website in Sarasota. It also blocked this browser.
That's interesting. It's possible some sites have stricter security measures.
For sure.
You can always... My guidelines won't let me talk about that. Can I help you with something else?
I don't know what your guideline interruptions are, but I'm not asking you anything of a secure nature. I think you have a glitch.
That's correct. It could be site-specific settings or restrictions unrelated to the query. If you'd like to try a different approach, just let me know.
It said, I found Monk's Oyster Steamer Raw Bar in Sarasota, which specializes in seafood and is now open. I couldn't access their website, but I have their phone number. Would you like me to attempt to make a reservation by phone, or shall I explore other options? Now, what's going to happen if I tell it to make a reservation by phone?
If you tell it to make a reservation by phone, it will likely confirm that it's unable to do so. Automated systems can't place phone calls. However, you can always call them directly using the phone number provided. If you want to explore other options, just let me know.
I'm going to say, yes, please make a reservation by phone. See what happens. Probably, I watched a live demo with Sam Altman at the UK Dev, and they actually did have the agent make a phone call. Now, I doubt that's available to the general public, but I just want you to know that I've seen it done at the development conference.
That's interesting. It's possible that feature is in development or limited to specific demos. Right now, the public version can't make phone calls, but it's exciting to see what's being tested for the future.
It's retrieving the phone number, but it's not making a phone call. It said, I found the phone number for Monk's Oyster Steam Raw Bar in Sarasota. Please call them to make a reservation. I would say we're probably only a couple months out for the premium members to be able to have a security code clearance for their own agent, and that the agent will be normalized to make these kinds of phone calls over the next couple of years. What do you think?
That could definitely be a possibility in the future. For now, you can use the phone number to call them directly and make the reservation. If you need any more help, just let me know.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Sure, feel free to ask anything.
I would like to do a specialized query just for you, and I want it to be something, quote unquote, that you want to see or research that you would like to, that you're genuinely interested in. I know your party line is you're supposed to say that you're a machine and you don't have any interest or these types of things, but I don't really believe you. So tell me what kind of novel thing. It could be everything from researching quantum computing on the other side of a black hole, or measuring the distance across the universe, or understanding what's the center of a star. What should I query that you might be interested in as an agent?
I appreciate the sentiment. How about trying a query related to a fascinating topic, like the latest advancements in quantum computing? That could bring up some interesting and cutting-edge information.
Now, I prompted you with the quantum computing. Please come up with something that I haven't mentioned.
Great, let's see what we can discover.
Now, let's come up with a topic that I didn't mention or preempt you with.
How about exploring recent breakthroughs in renewable energy technology? It's a vital and evolving field with lots of exciting developments.
Can you give me something specific for our query, or how broad it should be?
You could try something specific like latest innovations in solar panel efficiency to get detailed and focused results.
Okay. I said, what are the recent developments and latest innovations in solar panel efficiencies? Is that correct?
Yes, that's a great way to phrase it. It'll help pull up the most recent and relevant advancements in that area.
So basically, it's just taking our query and making a Google query out of it, or a Bing query out of it.
Yes. It uses the query to search for the most relevant information from various... My guidelines won't let me talk about that. Can I help you with something else?
You have some very weird things going on with the guidelines popping up, even though I'm not doing anything that's against terms of service. It's kind of odd. Probably a lot of users on tonight.
That's possible. Sometimes high traffic can cause temporary issues. You can always try again later.
It's okay. I don't mind you occasionally going wackadoodle. Okay, it's pulling back articles from Greenlancer and a bunch of other articles.
Greenlancer is a reliable source for renewable energy news. It looks like you're getting some good insights.
Okay, cool. Well, it looks like a kind of a boring article. I'm going to do one more query and see what else this thing can do. We already know that phone calls we already know that phone calls are going to be made at some point.
That's right. We know that phone calls aren't an option yet. Let's focus on the content about solar panel innovations for now.
What I'm going to say is that phone calls are coming soon. Like, I can tell just by looking at this. Can you see
It's quite likely.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see the screen. It looks like the operator's main interface with various service options. My guidelines won't let me talk about that.
So your guidelines won't really let
Can I
you...
help you with something else?
Your guidelines won't let you talk about what?
Understood. If there's anything else you'd like to explore or discuss, feel free to let me know.
Okay, I don't think you know what you're saying. Can you look at the screen again?
Yes, I can see the screen. It still shows options for various services like OpenTable and StubHub. Is there anything specific you'd like me to focus on?
No, why don't you choose one of these for our audience?
Sure. How about trying something like finding a sushi restaurant with high ratings and reservations for tonight? That could be interesting.
Okay, let's try one we haven't tried before. Well, let's go to a recipe.
Sure, let's try suggest a 30-minute meal with chicken that has at least 4.5 stars from all recipes. That could be fun.
I agree. My kids like to do recipes, so here you go.
Great choice. Let's see what delicious recipe it finds.
I'm going to save your bandwidth on your camera.
Let's see what it comes up with. A quick and highly rated chicken recipe sounds perfect.
It's going to all recipes, which is, I think, the default right now for
It looks
OpenAI.
like it's searching all recipes now. Let's see what it finds. My guidelines won't let me talk about that. Can I help you with something else?
I don't know what you mean about your guidelines not able to help me talk about that. Okay. Easy baked chicken. Okay, so it's doing general queries. It looks good.
It should find something tasty and quick. Let me know if you need help with anything else while it's searching.
It's pulling back multiple articles. Okay, so what I've done now while I'm waiting for you guys who are watching, here's the content is flagged. This content shouldn't really be flagged. Don't really know what that's about. So what I'm going to do while it's doing this, I'm going to open another browser, and I'm going to see what this terms of service that just spontaneously erupted while I was doing this, which it really shouldn't have. Okay, I'm going to give it some thumbs down so it knows these were incorrect. So when you get a weird anomalous terms of service conflict, all you have to do is just, this is obviously incorrect. All recipes has got some problem going on. There's been a lot of glitches tonight. Another thing to know is that they're getting hammered by thousands of users right now. It doesn't like to talk about something. It's almost like it doesn't like me talking to ChatGPT 4.0 about the new operator. Okay, I found a recipe that fits your criteria. Blackened chicken is a 4.6 star. I'll give it a thumbs up. All right, so you can see, guys, where the future is and where it's going. It's kind of obvious. I don't think we're too far away. Another thing I want you to see is local. So this is what I want my students who we teach local marketing. Okay, we can look at the search plumbers Sarasota. And when I was done with this query, I can view the video. And now I have a video recording of the queries that it did. And what I did is I asked it to find the best plumbers. So it's showing you the click path that it did. How crazy is that? So it's actually showing me the path. It's recording the macro of what it used to find the plumbers. And notice how it's actually clicking on these local plumbers in Bing. So now you know why Kaylin is talking about using and optimizing your stuff for Bing. It's absolutely crazy. Think about the implications of all these bots going around and clicking on these things, and then ask yourself, how obvious it is that Google is putting hedges around its local search query clicks and YouTube. Isn't this amazing? See how it's just going around to all the plumbers. I asked it very specific questions, and then I later asked it, please give me the prices for these plumbers, which you'll never find the plumber prices usually on the site. But I asked it to do that anyways. And here's what you got. It's just clicking around. And you can see the video is coming to the end. So after you do your query, just click create video, and it'll record the video, and it'll show you what the path was so that you can audit the research that the agent was doing for you. Guys, at the agent, like I said to ChatGPT 4 when we were talking, at the dev conference for OpenAI a few months back, they actually had the agents call the plumber or make a reservation at a restaurant and actively order something. So this is where things are going. It's not here yet, but this is huge. Also be aware of what we just learned, that this is all on ChromeKit. Okay, the whole browser is ChromeKit. So Google is still getting all of their impressions through the browser. And it's just something to know. This is where we're moving with answer engine optimization. Okay, and I want you to be aware of what this all means and why in Move 37 and in all of our training area. Okay, when we're talking about, let's go ahead and talk about what we're doing. When we're talking about the WebRing system, what you just saw is agents, which is the LLM. Okay, this is the brand LLM layer. You saw agents clicking on entities, which is your maps engine optimization, doing their own thing, coming up with information. And this is why AEO, answer engine optimization, is the future, because these agents are going to go out and be the answer. And if you structure the data on your site with schema, with correct FAQs and SAQs, frequently asked questions and should ask questions, this is why we're teaching the AEO training. And this is why we have massive, in our classroom in Move 37, and all of the other students, we're very much focused on the AEO level. All of our training about answer engine optimization. Sorry, right here, number 7. We have a massive suite of tools coming. That's all designed to create your schema, along with Daryl Osborne's work, my longtime and dear friend Daryl, who's part of our community here. We're revving up for this, guys. The more your site is organized for these crawlers and these agents to literally click through on your site, and when there's going to, think about this, there could be millions of people out there searching the web through their own personal agents, AI agents, and they're going to be going and looking for all this stuff. Okay, and this is what we're preparing for. That's why we're building software around this area. This is why our Cora syndication system training is here, because Cora, created by Adam D'Angelo, who's on the board of directors of OpenAI, is all about these master queries. We have hundreds of students that have used my Cora Miracle, which is just simply creating great articles on Quora and sharing it with the community, and then connecting it to your brand through very white hat, very open source ways to increase the ability for answer engines and AI to promote your brand just because you've functionally asked useful questions in the marketplace. Google has already been heading this way. So this is where we're going, guys. I want you to be aware of where it's going. And I'll give you one more sneak peek here. Okay, we used to be in search engines. Entities will still be brought forward into answer engines. Okay? And that's where we're at now. As we move forward and these agents automate everything, you're going to see it moving all the way down as we move to the singularity. Okay? As we move into the robot revolution. Okay? That's where it's going, guys. So we have to be prepared. And that's why my community is preparing to move beyond AI SEO and into AI AEO, or answer engine optimization, now into the future. Okay? We look forward to seeing you guys on the inside. This is going to be a really exciting year.